Along with the world's biggest war criminals, Luxon also proudly met with the CEO of Blackrock while he was in Washington recently. Blackrock is the world's biggest investment manager, or shadow bank. Luxon isn't the first leader to do so, with Jacinda Ardern visiting Blackrock's headquarters in 2022. Both were seemingly undeterred by the fact that Blackrock is one of the world's biggest investors in weapons companies. Weapons that kill people in Palestine, Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, Yemen, and other places terrorized by the United States. In fact, they were one of the companies recently called out by the United Nations for investing in weapons used by Israel and therefore risking their own complicity in Israel's crimes. BlackRock is also the biggest investor in deforestation around the world and is known for displacing indigenous communities and destroying their lands through exploitative activities. And of course, they're a massive investor in fossil fuels and coal. But it isn't just the fact that they invest in death and destruction. It's also the fact that the basic foundations of our society will be owned by a massive shadow bank and taken out of New Zealand ownership. Anything they do in our country will be done for profit. By definition, this requires them to overcharge us for things that our country could build at cost, or at the very least, to profit a New Zealand business. None of this concerned our reporters, of course, but they did gently ask Luxon about this meeting, and through his nervous stumbling, Luxon did reveal a couple of interesting things, so let's take a listen.
What did you talk to Larry Fink about yesterday?
Again, about investment. He's one of the world's largest investors. I wanted him to know that New Zealand was open to investment, that we had a lot of investable opportunities coming with respect to infrastructure projects and other things as well.
Is this what New Zealanders voted for BlackRock to profit from our needs?
And so there was, I know a number of people from BlackRock in my former life, and I was just talking to them about our plans going forward and what we were wanting to do to make sure that we were making it easier to get things done in New Zealand, which is one of the challenges for offshore investors, that we're quite slow, and that's why we're doing our fast-track consenting one-stop process.
I think that was some accidental honesty right there. He just said that the fast-track bill was actually aimed at making it easier for overseas investors to profit from our country. First I've heard of it.
We're going to be opening up to new funding and financing tools so that we can actually get this infrastructure built and stop talking about it. But when you have trillions and billions of dollars sitting in sovereign wealth funds all around the world and pension schemes that is looking for homes to invest it in, New Zealand, we need to do the sales job as much as the marketing job. We need to be able to get the sale and actually get investment into our country.
Except we don't actually need their money. There is already more than enough money in this country. According to the World Population Review, New Zealand is the 6th richest country in the world per capita. The issue is the distribution of wealth, the laws that enable some people to become multi-billionaires while others struggle to survive. And it's not that there's anything uniquely evil about these individuals. If it wasn't them, it would be someone else. Again, it's about the rules and regulations that enable people to grow their personal empires seemingly to no end. So we have enough money in this country to build our own infrastructure, owned by the New Zealand people. We have enough money for New Zealand to be a flourishing country with incredible community services and where every single person is taken care of. But instead, the wealth is being hoarded by a small number of people, and their wealth continues to grow both under Labour and National. And as our current leaders give them even more tax cuts and other handouts, they're slashing our public services and impoverishing those of us who are most struggling in society. As these changes further increase our need for life's basics, the politicians will then say that we need even more foreign investment from the likes of BlackRock to come here and build our houses and other basics for us. But I don't think that this is what the New Zealand public wants. I don't think this is what the national voters want. And so who are our politicians doing this for?